Beach FM kick-off sports breakfast show with HMC Kapiti, your local authorised Kia and Suzuki sales and service agent, and now your local AA Auto Centre. At HMC Kapiti, the journey just gets easier. Find out how easy online at hmckapiti.co.nz.
Welcome back to the Kick-Off Sports Breakfast Show on Beach FM 106.3. Let's talk netball now, and let's welcome back to the show my good friend from Kapiti Netball. It is Maria Bader. G'day, Maria.
Hey, Damian. How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, no, I'm good. How are you doing?
Just a little bit nippy out there this morning, a little bit fresh, but other than that, it's going to be another great day for netball. The good news is that, we're still at level 2, and netball can still go ahead. So, we've got we've had to make a few amendments to the way we're working today, but it's going to be good, and hopefully the community will appreciate the fact that we've still got netball running today. So looking forward to the rest of the day.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome to hear, because there are some regions that aren't playing netball today, especially in the juniors, and there's a few rugby codes and rugby league as well. So we all know that girls are stronger than boys anyway, but it's just proven now.
Is that. Yeah, well, to be fair, we don't have a girl flu or a woman flu. There is only that man flu that floats around. So, I know. But we, the board and the centre staff and the umpires, we've all been working together this week the last couple of days, I should say, to come up with a way that we hope everyone can enjoy their netball, and we can also proceed making sure that we're following the government guidelines and the Netball New Zealand directions. So there's a few things that are going to be a bit different this weekend. I think the key thing for me is there will be no coffee and no barbecue today, which is, I love to support the barbecue fundraisers, and I'm always keen to have a coffee because, it's a bit hard to start the day sometimes without a hot drink and a little bit of stimulant to get you going.
Mate, I awake at 4 a.m. every Saturday, and I'm on my third, so yes.
Right. Well, I haven't quite finished my first, so I think I've got a wee way to go to catch up to you.
Fair enough.
I'm going to have to pop back out again and grab another one. So the one on the way in won't be nearly enough, but that's all right. We might even have to go with the old instant out of the centre cupboard, but we'll see how we go during the day.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we do have a few changes this weekend. I think one of the big ones for us is that we're asking for just the teams and the managers and coaches to come today. So really trying to keep our social distancing rules on par, and making sure that we don't have too many people gathering together. I mean, netball's a pretty sort of contact sport, but we've got our QR codes up, so you can either use COVID or the ID.me codes that we have at the courts. They're all over the place. So that's for our contact tracing. We've got the games have been spaced out, so instead of running every hour, we're running it's about an hour and 15 minutes, so that it gives us a bit of time to clear the courts out from one game and allow a small period of time for the warm-up, sort of about 15-20 minutes, and then starting the next game. So our day is going to be quite a long one today, so we're going out, I think the last round starts, let me have a look, it's 2:45. Wow. So yeah, we're using alternate courts, and we've got a few restrictions in place. So, along with all of the ones that the government are putting out, and please be kind to everyone. We've sort of got sanitizer on hand, and just the toilets will be open today, so we've not got any spaces for people to gather. Right. But other than that, we're all here for the netball.
Absolutely.
So at least the courts are open. We've got social distancing happening, and hopefully it all comes off well. So you can do so much planning, and I tell you what, you think you plan for every eventuality, and then one small little thing happens, and you're like, "Drat, we didn't quite figure that one out."
No, well, yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. So things in place. That means we're still moving forward. That means we still get to play the great game. But before we get into the club stuff, little quick little shout out to our Pulse ladies that don't get to play this weekend because they've thrown it already.
No, I know, and it was, there's been a lot of comment about the game again on Monday night, and one of my train buddies who I train in and out of town with said to me, "Oh my God, I just couldn't watch that last little bit," and I'm like, "Oh, yes, I almost wish I couldn't watch that last little bit. Unfortunately, I was at the game and was doing a job, so I had to be watching everything."
You had to, yes.
It was a hard watch. I did feel for the girls during that game, but the tactics, they were really on fire, and they did bring their A++ game. So well done to them. Hard for the Pulse, but staying tuned to see what happens with the finals. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
well, you need your
yet.
A++ against the Pulse. Yeah.
They did bring the game.
Yeah.
They did bring the game, and I think we may have had a couple of moments there where we weren't quite, maybe reacting to the game plan that the tactics brought. So, they seem to have a good measure of us this time round. It'll be very interesting if we do get to go ahead and have the finals in Invercargill to just see how we actually do. It would be hard, I think, for the team to get a win based on the points. I mean, they have played exceptionally well and consistently for the majority of the season,
yes.
But everyone likes to have a finals, eh? I feel
Absolutely.
a bit bummed out for the Super Rugby Aotearoa not being able to have their final. Great that the Hurricanes get to play their last game, but they've also got to fly in and fly out on the same day, so it's going to be hard on the boys and the rest of the team.
Hey, at least they don't have to go to South Africa this year to do that.
Well, there is that. There's always a silver lining
with me, mate. You know this.
Yeah. It's going to be a long day for the boys, that's for sure.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Enough about that stuff. Let's talk about the real superstars now. How's the region been this weekend?
Well, it's really interesting. I went to hop on and have a look at the standings, and because of the way we've done the draw this week, and we've had to put up a paper draw rather than the using the Sporty app, I can't actually see the standings, which has made it a little bit hard for me to kind of give a rundown on the rounds. What I can tell you is that for most of the day we're playing 7 games per round, so we've got a court in between each game, which is good. And just having had a look at the matchups, from memory, there's a few good catch-ups there. I mean, we've got, in the Premier grade, we've got first up, we've got KC Senior A versus the Bluebirds Kia, so that's the Bluebirds second team. Yeah. So that's going to be a good game. I think they're quite evenly matched at the moment. Later on at 12:15, we've got the Business House 1 versus the Business House 2 team. That's always good because, these are clubs, the perceived first team versus the second team. Right. Second team are always trying to get one up.
Yes.
And then in some of the other rounds, we've got, who have we got playing? I have a little look-see. We've got the usual suspects. We've got a lot of Kapiti College versus a lot of Paraparaumu College teams playing each other. And the funny thing is, they're all gone with colours this year. And Otaki College have got Otaki Yellow and Otaki College Kofi as well. So, and then you've got PC Yellow, and we've also got PC Junior Gold. So some days it can get a bit confusing up in the control room about which team is playing whom. So,
and which shade of yellow?
Which shade of that? Yeah. It's more so the shades of yellow on court that are quite interesting. So the teams have all got their own unique colours. Kapiti College, I think, have about 3 or 4 different styles of team uniform. Right from their senior A and B have one style of uniform. Their junior A's and B's have a different style of uniform. Wow. And then, the other teams have yet again a third style. So that can be quite confusing at times. It's not all quite the same yellow on their uniforms. But what else have we got? We've got some early games. So the 8:30 round, that's a bit early for most of us this morning. There's a couple of cups of coffee floating around, so I'm not the only one here with coffee. But we've got Taylor Phoenix playing Otaki College Pungo, so that might be a good match between those two. They're kind of mid-placed on the middle of the table at the moment. And who else have we got playing in the 9:45 round? We've got Kenakena Totra versus the Pram Beach Blazers. They're two teams, again, that are quite evenly matched as well. In the 11 o'clock round, I think the game of the round there will be Kapiti College, the senior A team, taking on Bluebirds Kia. I think I might have covered that off before, but yeah, I think there's a few good games tomorrow. It's a bit hard for me to tell because I haven't been able to do the match-up against the standings to sort of confirm what's going to be great or not.
That's
so it might be a rather mixed bag.
That's okay, mate. You've been busy
today.
sorting other things out.
Yeah, my coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet.
Not a problem. Well, I always appreciate your time, whether it's one coffee or a couple coffees down, mate. Thank you so much. Go well, enjoy the day, and we'll catch up soon.
Cool, will do. Thanks, Damian. You take care too.